I don't know what it is, man, about Joe Burrow. He just got it, bro. Like that's the only way I
Yeah,
can describe it. Like somehow
cigar,
he just makes it
cigar
happen.
in his mouth, cool. Come in there all sauced up, man. He got a lot of drip to him too, man. He got
Got
a
the
sweat.
shades too.
Yeah, yeah. I like Joe, man.
No, Joe's a beast, man, and that team is good, but like you said, that O line, man. Woo. What's going on, everybody? Conference championship week is upon us, and there are four teams left. The Eagles are sitting at 2.5 point favorites, hosting the 49ers to see who takes home the NFC, man. On the other side, we got the Bengals headed to the Chiefs, and the Bengals are sitting at 1 point favorites. We
Oh,
don't know what's going on with Mahomes. I doubt he's going to practice this week with the ankle injury, but if we hear positive news, I can definitely see a shift in that line.
yeah.
What you got
Yeah,
this
I mean, he
weekend?
pra- he practiced. He practiced this week, so obviously he's getting him to play. They ain't about to play this game without Mahomes. But one thing we know about the Chiefs and the Bengals is, hey, the Bengals got the Chiefs number, man. The Chiefs don't have the best defense. The Bengals defense has surprisingly, been pretty good this year. And Joe Burrow,
Mm-hmm.
we thought the offensive line situation, we thought the Bills would just get after him and be running for his life. But they played well, man. Proved a lot of people wrong. They look good. I don't know which way to lean on this one yet, to be honest, man. But with the Mahomes leg situation going on, I don't know how that'll look. He was able to bounce back, complete some throws, but he looked like he was, pretty beat up. Like he was barely getting through the handoffs and everything going on. Burrow, something about playoff Joe, man. He got the ice in his veins, man. He looks good, man, and he looks like he's gearing up for another Super Bowl run, man. So that's
I
it's,
think
it's, it's
so.
a tough matchup.
Do you know? Is there any like footage of Mahomes at practice? Because I feel like they're lying. I don't think he's practicing.
Oh, you can't lie about it though. If you practice, you practice. So I mean, he's out
But I
there.
mean, I don't.
Is he moving around? I get you. Is he moving around, or he's just sitting
Right.
there doing the stable throws? You know what I mean? I'm thinking about it, and you know, will the Chiefs try to come out just run heavy? You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, that's the way they was able to get through that game. Pacheco had an awesome game. You know what I mean?
That is a beast.
He's a beast. He's running all through him. I thought McKinnon would kind of be a featured a lot more. You know what I mean? But to be honest, like, will a run game beat the Bengals? I don't know because the Bengals have a fairly good run defense, man. So right now, seeing as how these matchups then win, like I said, the Bengals have had that number. I think the Bengals are in prime position to make another run, man. I really do. Do I? It's crazy because these two teams, to be honest, man. As a football fan, I'm like, we just seen the Bengals there last year. Do I want to see them in the Super Bowl again? Do I want to see Mahomes in another Super Bowl again? I would love to see Joe Burrow get a Super Bowl. I really would though.
I don't know what it is, man, about Joe Burrow. He just got it, bro. Like that's the only way I
Yeah,
can describe it. Like somehow
cigar,
he just makes it
cigar
happen.
in his mouth, cool. Come in there all sauced up, man. He got a lot of drip to him too, man. He got
Got
a
the
sweat.
shades too.
Yeah, yeah. I like Joe, man.
No, Joe's a beast, man, and that team is good, but like you said, that O line, man. Woo. I think it's a different animal when you got Chris Jones on the other side than whoever Buffalo's got left on their defensive line. And speaking of that, man, real quick off topic, people want to go in and bash Dak all week, man. Josh Allen ain't looked the best either as of late.
Nah, nah. He didn't look. I mean, it's kind of a lot similar situation on both of them. Interceptions, a lot of interceptions. He hasn't played the best ball in about a month, and he went home again. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, um, nah, Joe Burrow didn't look good. We thought they would turn it on. It's like one of those guys where we always talked about like, oh, he's going to turn it on this game, and they was dealing with that last game, but this game. And shout out to the Bengals, man. They just came in there and smacked them in the mouth like soon as the game started. We knew the snow was
Mm-hmm.
coming. We knew what type of environment was what it was going to be, and I'm just like, I thought maybe like we'll be leaning run heavy, what was going to be, but Joe, man, look, like I said, he came out. It had no effect on his arm whatsoever. He was slinging it around. The playmakers made plays. Jamar Chase is Jamar Chase. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mixon looked good, man. So,
He
and like
did.
I said about the offensive line, they was pushing them guys off the ball, like third string guards, tech, like whatever, bro. They look good. They protected Joe. Um, man, it's a good team in Cincinnati, and it just seems to me like now, just 2 years seeing that this resume of what they putting together, it just like a team that when the playoffs come around, they play their best ball. Man, it started off slow, they got hot. What I mean, they brought it into the playoffs, and truthfully, this is how you want to go into the playoffs. You want to come into the playoffs hot. Playing good at the right time. The Chiefs, they're another hot team, so it's two good ball clubs going against each other. You know what I mean? And it's a great matchup, man. It makes for some good football this weekend, man. I'm excited to watch it.
No, I definitely I do think in that game I do like Cincinnati. They just seem to be the kryptonite to the Chiefs, which makes no sense, honestly. Like, but it just happens to lean that way. But like I said, Joe Burrow, he just got it, man. On the other side of things, the Philadelphia and San Francisco, man. I don't know what to think of this game. I don't know which side to take. I think it's going to be a very tough game. You've got a great defense on both sides, a great offense on both sides. But I don't see it being a high scoring game, man. I could see it being like a low scoring game, similar to the Dallas San Francisco game last week. Jalen Hurts, he looked good. The shoulder didn't seem to bother him, man. They beat the hell out of the Giants. I did not see it coming like that. But at the same time, man, San Francisco, they are limited with a rookie quarterback. And at some point, does that catch up with Brock Purdy? I don't know. But they've got superstars everywhere, offense, defense, you name it. But I don't want to see Philadelphia in the Super Bowl.
Now I'm gonna be honest here, man. Just looking at it, like the Giants, I don't really feel like they had no need to be in that game. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I thought, they was getting hot at like I said, it was getting hot at the right time. Nice Cinderella story. I would like to see them get that win. I thought it would have been a lot closer. But then Philly came out and showed, it was the same team that, truthfully they've been all year. They've been a fairly consistent team. The defense is playing lights out. That defense line is amazing. And Jalen Hurts, like, I thought it was, the shoulder, like how would it affect him throwing. I see him go there, he's throwing bombs to Devontae Smith. So I'm like, cool. Throwing the ball looks good. Then I see him take off. He makes some runs. He get hits on the shoulder. He bounces up. So I'm like, okay, like, so once that went out the window, and I seen how confident he was on that shoulder, you could tell that the Giants was in for a long night. Daniel Jones,
Mm-hmm.
all the hype that we heard, going there, and he just kind of just went back to his old self. And shout out to Philadelphia for doing that, man. I just think the Giants had a good matchup. I truly thought they would be able to win that matchup against the Vikings, which they did. But I think Philadelphia, they showed it was tears to this, and they was truly the better team, more talented, and they was a lot hungrier. You could tell it right
Right.
away. They came out to prove a point. Shout out to Philadelphia. On the flip side, you wonder, right? Matchup wise, San Fran playing Dallas. I thought Dallas obviously is a good football team, and they made San Fran work for it, and it was
Mm-hmm.
a very winnable game for both sides. They was able to come out on top. The Giants and the Philadelphia was the difference. So you think about it, the Philadelphia beat up on the Giants, and then you got the San Fran coming off a tough win. I still don't know, which team will come out on top, but I'm leaning towards Philly. I think Dallas gave them a blueprint and showed them, like, you sense the pressure at Purdy. Philadelphia is able to do a lot of similar things as far as defensive line, making things tough for them. They got a good defense
Right.
over there. And on the flip side of what's going on in Dallas, I truly think Philadelphia will be able to put some points up, man. Outside of losing to Tony Pollard, I think truly the Philadelphia was probably more afraid of playing Dallas than San Fran. I
I
think
agree.
I think a better matchup for Philly is San Fran. I think Philly rolls in this one. And to be truthful, I think Philly is now a team that as much as it hurts to say this, I just got to be honest. As a football fan, they got a good team over there. I think they're aligned getting out of the Super Bowl. So we'll see how it
Un-
play out. But
unfor- Unfortunately, I'm like a huge Jalen Hurts fan. I just am not a Philadelphia Eagles fan. So I would like to see him be able to hold a trophy. I just don't want to hear from their fans. But like talent wise, man, that Philadelphia defensive line, they can rush forward and they can get your quarterback. I think 60 of their 69 sacks all came from like the defensive line. So they're not even sending pressure and getting sacks. You know what I mean?
mhm.
So they're able to drop seven and shut you down in the pass game, which is why you have those boys like Slay and Bradbury playing well this year. And they got Gardner Johnson back. He's a good safety. I think It'll be fun though because I would like to see what Kyle Shanahan can do against this defense. You know what I mean?
Now, well, on the flip side, it's one thing that could shake this whole thing out. The Philly defense, I feel like that's why I feel like it'll be a lot similar to this Dallas matchup. Where I feel like both defenses will play at a high level, right? I feel like San Fran will play at a high level, and I feel like Philly will play at a high level. But I want to see when these two teams meet, like that Philly scheme is a lot different than any team you're seeing right now.
Right.
It's not like they run a lot of plays, but they're hard to stop with a quarterback that can use his legs. To Jalen Smith, it just seems like his RPO, his run, his pass. It's a lot of things based off of the same concepts. And shout out to them. They just they stick to what's doing well. And I know a lot of teams we ask that, like, hey, just stick. It's working. Just stick to it. And one thing about Philly, they stick to what's working.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand of that, you see San Fran with great defense. To me, the best defense in the league, and have Jalen Hurts play the defense as good as this, and how would they affect him, and how would they be able to read these read options? Because from my understanding, if you was to just catch the pulse of the San Fran fan base, just talk to some people over there, they seem to struggle with running quarterbacks. You know what I mean? If it's anything they do, they
Right.
play well, but when they go against guys as dual threats, they don't play the best. You know what I mean? So I do think Philly could have the edge, but I'm interested in what D'Amico Ryans will be able to come up with to combat this week.
I think, excuse me. Either way, I think we're in store for a terrific Super Bowl matchup come February. I do think that the four, I do think that the four best teams in the NFL are playing the conference championship this week, and I think that
Yeah, the number one and number two seeds, man. So here we are.